welcome to your first library lesson. If you do not know who I already am, my name is Mrs. Gerber. I will be your library teacher. So, what is library going to look like during this? Well, first off, library will always start with a video lesson. So you'll always see me at the beginning like this, and we'll talk about what we're going to be learning. So what will we be learning? We are going to be talking about all the books that are here in the library. So you're going to get a virtual tour. We will be talking about Destiny Discover, if you don't know about it already, and diving a little bit deeper into it, figuring out some different ways to discover new books and do different types of searches. We're going to learn some tips and tricks with the iPad, maybe some things that you didn't know how to do before. Talk about being a good digital citizen whenever we're online. And we're also going to be diving into the Google apps. So you're going to have some different Google assignments to do for me, and we'll be ending with a research project. So that's what the first 6 weeks of library will look like. Okay? So for today, let's talk about books. I want to hear about a favorite book that you have read recently, or maybe it was a book that you just always really loved. I want you to tell me about it. I'm going to be sharing with you a new book that we got last year. This is just a really, really great story. I think you're going to enjoy it. This is called The Day You Begin by Jacqueline Woodson. And this one actually got nominated for a lot of awards because it just has a really powerful message that this particular girl, she just has all these deep feelings. She doesn't feel like she fits in. She just feels so different from everybody else. So it's just a really beautiful story at the end of how she starts to connect with people and feel a little bit better. So, and plus the illustrations are really pretty. So I actually took the time to read this to you. You're going to get to hear this story. And afterwards, then we're going to do a discussion board where you get a chance to share a favorite book with me. And I'll show you in Schoology exactly how to do that at the end of this video. Okay? So let's go ahead and take a look and listen to The Day You Begin. The Day You Begin by Jacqueline Woodson, illustrated by Rafael Lopez. There will be times when you walk into a room and no one there is quite like you. Maybe it will be your skin, your clothes, or the curl of your hair. There will be times when no one understands the way words curl from your mouth, the beautiful language of the country you left behind. My name is Rigoberto. We just moved here from Venezuela. And because they don't understand, the classroom will fill with laughter until the teacher quiets everyone. Rigoberto, from Venezuela, your teacher says so soft and beautifully that your name and homeland sound like flowers blooming the first bright notes of a song. There will be times when the words don't come. Your own voice, once huge, now smaller. When the teacher asks, "What did you do last summer?" Tell the class your story. "We went to France," Shayla says. "These shells came from a beach in Maine." A boy named Jonathan holds out a jar filled with tiny shells so fragile they look like they'll turn to dust in your own untraveled hands. "My whole family went to India, Spain, South Carolina." Each souvenir a small triumph of a journey, their travels going on and on. And as you stand in front of that room, you can only remember how the heat waved as it lifted off the curb, and your days spent at home caring for your little sister, who made you laugh out loud and hugged you hard at nap time. You can only remember the books you kept on reading long after she had fallen to sleep. And in that room where no one else is quite like you, you'll look down at your own empty hands and wonder, what good is this when other students were flying and sailing and going somewhere? There will be times when the lunch your mother packed for you is too strange or too unfamiliar for others to love as you do. When even your own friend Nadja will wrinkle her nose and say, "What's in there anyway?" And you'll wonder how she doesn't see the rice beneath the meat and kimchi. You'll wonder why she doesn't remember that rice is the most popular food in the world. There will be times when the climbing bars are too high, the run is too fast and far, the game isn't one you can ever really play. I don't want him on our team. You can watch. Maybe you can have a turn later. There will be times when the world feels like a place that you're standing all the way outside of. And all that stands beside you is your own brave self, steady as steel and ready, even though you don't yet know what you're ready for. There will be times when you walk into a room and no one there is quite like you, until the day you begin to share your stories. My name is Angelina, and I spent my whole summer with my little sister, you tell the class, your voice stronger than it was a minute ago, reading books and telling stories, and even though we were right on our block, it was like we got to go everywhere. Your name is like my sister's, Rigoberto says. Her name is Angelina too. And all at once, in the room where no one else is quite like you, the world opens itself up a little wider to make some space for you. This is the day you begin to find the places inside your laughter and your lunches, your books, your travel, and your stories, where every new friend has something a little like you and something else so fabulously not quite like you at all. The end. Let's head into the Schoology app, into our courses. And I'm going to show you in this 3rd grade course here. The green folder's the folder we always want to go into. Green means go, just remember that. The other red ones are extra. And we want to head into today, the Monday, or yours could say Tuesday if you're a B day. And from here, we want to take a look at our assignments. You can see it's always numbered here, 1, 2, and 3. 1 is the Google Meet link that we will always start with. 2 for this time was watching the video of the book that I shared. And then 3, here is our discussion boards, favorite books we read recently here. So as soon as you tap that, share a favorite book that you read recently. You can type a response and add a photo of the book cover or attach a video response. Be sure to tell us why you liked the book. And remember, this is a discussion board, so everyone will be seeing your response. So head over here to discussion. Hit the blue plus sign here. Now, in this box right here is where you could type your response if you're going to add any text at all. This is where you could also put the title of your book. So my book was called The Day You Begin by Jacqueline Woodson. And I liked this story because I really connected with the character and have felt like her before. All right, I'm going to hit attach and choose from library. And then I have a lot of stuff on here, so there it is. Hit the check mark. So I actually took a photo of the book. You could also download or add it to your camera roll from Safari too. So from here, I have my text right there on the favorite book that I read recently, and I have a sentence here on why I liked that book. Maybe you connected with it. Maybe it was just a funny story, anything like that. I have my one picture attached and hit that green check. And to refresh the page, you can keep swiping down to see more as people share it here. But there we go. There's my response and the photo that I shared to go along with it. So I can't wait to hear about some of your favorite books that you have read recently.